poor Phoenix just getting smothered by women and an old man. Alright, so you took your sister to the channeling chamber. What'd that mean? Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking your revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you were in the side room, or going to the crime scene, or arrived at the crime scene? I would say when you were going to the crime scene, because of all that shit in the incinerator. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? It's very important because there was shit in the incinerator. That's because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. Wait! What about Pearly? Pearly fixing the jar. There was a thing. Try to remember that time. Oh, like, I remember, like, I totally didn't see anyone on the way. I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of a witness is never a dead end, Mr. Phoenix. No good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes his testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial. I know. You have to give it another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen. We can't give up. Alright, so there's two possibilities of what I can do. Didn't see anyone. The way it's saying that, didn't see anyone, it's not saying anything, anyone. So could I perhaps present one of two things? I could present the jar, or I could present pearls. Either or. What would make a bigger impression? Maybe both will work. I'm assuming that if I had to present it at this point, both would work. But let's give this a try. Got him! Haha, the music stopped. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber, but unfortunately, I gotta rat out the little girl. My apologies. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Oh, God! Never do that again. I have a new eye for Bianca now. Ew, that was fucking disturbing. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish... There's no way walking along the line could not have noticed Pearl. Because of the jar. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove? Do you know what? That's correct. It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn. Yo. Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? You know what? I just thought of something. We don't have Pearl's testimony, so how the fuck can we prove that she broke this jar and that she was there at all? We can't. Whatever, but mine needs to react into it, man. So I suppose that does make sense. This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. Or you could have just cut through the garden, either or. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About what you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? Was there no way she could have been? Can I really prove that she wasn't sleeping in the side room, to be honest? I mean, what could she have honestly been? But the clothing box was there. The clothing box could be proof. The clothing box was there in the murder room. And then it was back in... No, she couldn't have, because the box was not there. But wait. Was she really sleeping in the side room? I mean, I can, because I went into the side room and there she wasn't. Or there she was. There was someone inside of the sleeping bag. She's a masterful liar. There's no way. I gotta pull all the stops. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? Where's this contradiction? It's in her... Help me, Mia! Well, actually my bar isn't up so I could actually ask for help. Hey Mia, I would love some help here. It's in her testimony just now. It's in the evidence. Is there anywhere in the evidence I can prove that she wasn't? Like, the clothing box is really all I got. Retrieved from the side room. But the side room... So literally, if I had to prove evidence, it would have to be the box, and that's it. If it's in her testimony just now... But it's very possible she could have taken a different path and not gone through the winding way? I don't know. Help me, Mia! I may have overreached on this one. Is there really a contradiction somewhere? Don't worry. You're on the right path, Phoenix. It might be a little hard for you to see the contradiction, but it's there. So, just this once, do you want me to help you out? Sure, what the fuck. Please, I need your help right now. Hold on, first calm down, Phoenix. Good. That girl, she slipped up with her words. Her words? If she really was in the side room the entire time, then she just testified about something she shouldn't have any knowledge of. The fuck did she testify about something she shouldn't have knowledge of? Okay. She shouldn't have any knowledge. Wait. The fact that her sister was there. Would she not have had any knowledge of... She wouldn't have any knowledge of the channeling. Oh, because she was asleep since... She wouldn't have had any knowledge of the channeling. And also... Yeah, she wouldn't... Wait, no, she would have had knowledge of the channeling, because she would have woken up and the sister would have told her. But the sister didn't tell her. Just said that she killed the doctor. And she just was that. The rest is for you to figure out on your own. Mr. Wright, what is your answer? Okay, time to add another bluff to the pile. The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. And that contradiction is in her testimony just now. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. Here we go. Gonna prove me as a complete dumbass, Mr. Phoenix. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? That? Couldn't have known that Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber. I mean, I guess so. It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So? Like, what does that have anything to do with it? That was terrible. It's very simple, Miss Miney. How did you know that fact? How? Because they weren't there and Morgan was the only one there. Right? I mean, do her eyes really just not work? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. But she would have known that because she went into the room. Translation error, I think. Otherwise, I'm completely missing something that's completely fucking obvious because that doesn't add up to me. I think she has a point. But you know what, Phoenix? I'll let you run with it. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. However, you didn't go by the way of the winding way. That's what I was saying. Like, there's probably some other side entrance. If there isn't a side entrance, then she was inside the box. Go I probably should be doing that a little bit higher pitched and like more screamy. But look at the Matter Guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, who would have to use the winding way? Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of this murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was What? Actually, really? Oh shit, yeah! Actually, that does make a lot of sense. I'm a stoop. So now it's time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? Honestly, in reality, then she'd have to be in the channeling chamber. That's literally all she could have been in. Because she was inside the box. Miss Miney was here. Miney, whatever, was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Sorry, Bianca lookalike, even though you're not a Bianca lookalike. Order. 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 That's what I... Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eeny Miney. That was complete fuck. Miss Eeny Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Don't make me say this again! Recall yesterday's testimony! There ain't no way no one was hanging out behind that folding screen! See, you stupid jerk! Quit being so quick to pin on me, slimeball! No, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying... Shut it, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am! I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen. With the help of this. The box, bitches. The secret box! Revealing one embarrassing girl of this girl that murdered everybody except just Dr. Gray. Merry Christmas, SpongeBob and everyone else, because it was Christmas only 3 days ago. Although it was more like 2 days ago, but 3 days now because it is 3 o'clock in the morning. Miss Miney, how are you able to hide the scene of the crime is very simple. Dude, I'm blowing through this one. Last court case fucked me. Now I'm like doing great. You were hiding inside this very box. All I am now is an... Wait. All I am now is an enigma, or something like that. And then the milk falls over. Oh, check that. Whoa. What was that button? I have a quick button to open the court record? Oh, look at that shit. I didn't know I had that. Well, that would be cool to use later on, and completely forget about. That tiny little box. No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. A lot of disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping in there, so I should know. That clothing box was in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yes, I can with some evidence, or no, I can't. How can I prove that the clothing... Wait a minute. Don't tell me it's hiding in the picture. I would literally flip a table if it was hiding in the picture. Oh, yes, I can, because it has the bullet hole in it, duh. But I just want to see if it's actually in the picture, because that'd be kind of hilarious. No, I can't. I can with the folding screen. Yes, I can. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. That would be the bullet hole, right? Right. It would have to be the bullet hole. I mean, it can't be anything else, right? Please don't fuck me. It does have the bullet hole 8 inches off the ground, which I'm going to present next if this doesn't work. I would say it's the folding screen. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid! As if there's any sort of evidence in that whole thing. This is... what on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and spit it out already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. Oh, this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet hole from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Damn, dude. Order. So what you're saying is... Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that this person in this photo is Miss Einy Meeny? Shut up. That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eeny Miny, You were hiding inside this clothing box all along.